Hello, Stefan. It's Ryan from 2minutetennis.net, and in this video, I'm going to help you with your forehand by comparing it to Dominic Thiem's. So first, I want to thank two people. The owner of this video of Dominic Thiem, Ayu Mingo, if you'd like to subscribe to their channel, their link is in the description below. And Stefan, one of my YouTube subscribers who sent me this message by email saying, Ryan, I have problems with a consistent forehand, playing on a recreational level, and I think I make mistakes all the time with my initial turn of my body, finding myself being late very often. I would appreciate any advice. Thanks in advance. Well, Stefan, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate you reaching out, sending me a video of your forehand, and I'm going to put you side by side here with Dominic Thiem. And there are two basic ideas I want to help you with. And the first is how you have a delay in your unit turn. Let's just go to Dominic Thiem's turn here. Now, I love how simple his unit turn is, and there's no pause in the unit turn. So when he turns, he takes his racket back, and what I want to do is I want to take the video to the point where the ball bounces. So I want you to watch how the ball is visible right here. The ball bounces barely in the bottom left corner of that video, and you can see at the moment the ball is on the ground, Dominic Thiem's racket is back. So he's taken his racket back, his left arm is across. Now if I take the video you sent me and I move it till the ball bounces, let's check this out. Right there is the ball bouncing, right there. Great. If we look, your racket is still in front of you. And this is such a common thing that makes recreational players late. Now, this is such a small sample size because you only sent me one video, but it is very common. I've been teaching tennis for 24 years now. It is so common that recreational players wait for the ball to bounce and then they take the racket back, which if the ball comes very deep, it's going to make you late. It's going to push you back to the back fence. You're going to struggle taking the ball on the rise. So the important thing here is ignore the bounce. The bounce means nothing, Stefan. It's important that you get your racket back so that you're on time for the hit. See, what is non-important is the bounce. What is important is the contact. We can see when you set your racket, watch how you kind of, you move it, then you pause it, then you move it again. Watch. You move your racket, you pause, then you move it again. You basically move the racket twice. You see the two movements? It's like you move your racket here, then it pauses, then you move the racket back the rest of the way. Watch it. There you pause, there you set. That pause right there is occurring because your brain is used to waiting for the ball to bounce to take your racket back. And that works. That works if the ball lands around the service line or shorter. But if the ball lands deeper, you're really going to struggle. Again, I've never been on the court with you. I've never met you. And you only sent me one video, or I'm sorry, one forehand. So I can only use the forehand you sent me. But you mentioned that you're constantly late, or you're often late on your forehand, and just seeing that you have this little hesitation right there, then you get your racket back. Where we see Dominic Thiem, he does not make that hesitation. He just immediately gets his racket to the side and back. That is what I want you to copy. So get your racket smoothly back, get your body, you can see his body turn, right? There's no hesitation. You can see you have a little hesitation with your body too. Here you're square onto the net. Here you turn your body about 45 degrees, then you turn your body basically the rest of the way. Where you can see Dominic Thiem, and he's moving to his left just like you are, but he's immediately getting his body to the side. So I want you to practice getting the racket back early, just like Dominic Thiem, and not paying attention to the bounce. This is going to really help you deal with deeper and fast ground strokes. The second thing I want to show you, Stefan, that I want you to copy is Dominic Thiem's finish. You know, this is something that he always does when he's practicing, and this is something that I want my students doing, especially if they're new to tennis. You say that, you know, you're playing at a recreational level. I want you to watch your finish. Now, this isn't the worst thing in the world, and the reason is because as you're hitting the ball, you're swinging up, right? So you're swinging up as you hit the ball, but then you finish back down, and you can see that your arms are basically crossed here. So instead of finishing with your arms crossed, I actually want you to catch the racket high up over your left shoulder. You can see that after contact, Dominic Thiem's face is covered up by his arm. And he actually pauses there, and we can't see his mouth. where you go up, but then it comes back down. Your arm really never covers your face. Your hand does, but your arm really never does. Where we can see his elbow and his tricep and bicep is basically like he's kissing his bicep. So I actually want you to catch the racket with your left hand right here. Now, does Dominic Thiem do this on every single forehand? Absolutely not. But as a recreational player, this is one of the easiest ways to improve consistency and have a reliable forehand. You said that you're struggling with a consistent forehand. Make sure that you're swinging up, because when you finish back down, sometimes it's very easy to just go straight across. So rather than swinging across or allowing that to happen, swing up and just catch the racket in your left hand the way Dominic Thiem is. So I want you to practice taking your racket back. If I just connect the contact here, there's the contact. I'll connect the video and we'll actually see this in action. He actually turns and you actually begin your take back a little before he does. Check this out. You begin your take back before he does, but he gets his racket back before you do. See this? Watch how you begin your take back now, but he gets his racket back sooner. And then after contact, you hit and then you come back down. I just want you to go up. Now, I guarantee you I'm going to get some dislikes in the comments. I guarantee you people are going to say, oh, well, you don't see a lot of pros catching the racket in their left hand, and you certainly don't see Dominic Thiem doing that when he plays. You're right. I don't see that, but I see him doing that when he's practicing his forehand, and I see Venus and Serena doing it. You see Agassi finish up that high. You see Sampras finish up that high. Even Rafael Nadal finishes way above that. Doesn't even catch the racket. He does more of like a buggy whip where the racket, Nadal goes like this. Whoop, wrong tool. Nadal goes like this and then comes back around again. So finishing high is a really good thing, especially for recreational players looking for a more consistent forehand. So I really want you to practice this, Stefan. If you get your racket back right away, just like Dominic Thiem, ignoring the bounce, and then get your racket up high, catching it and holding it with your hand higher than eye level, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. Stefan, you got this.